Once upon a time, in a kingdom, there was a king who was loved and respected by all. He was very kind. His people praised him greatly. He worked tirelessly for the good of his kingdom. Whether it was farmers, merchants, traders, or masons, everyone was happy under his rule. They always prayed for his long life. The king had a wise minister who was not only loyal to him, but also offered the best advice. The king often praised the minister for his sharp mind and wise decisions. He knew that the minister's guidance played a big part in his success as a ruler. As time passed, word of the minister's wisdom spread far beyond their kingdom. Kings from other lands heard of his wisdom and wanted to meet him. One morning, as the king was hearing cases in court, a royal servant entered and bowed.
Your Majesty, a messenger from the King of Iran wishes to meet with you.
The king nodded.
Let him enter.
The messenger entered the court, bowed deeply, and spoke.
Your Majesty, I bring a message from my king.
The king nodded and waved his hand.
Please, read aloud,
he said. The messenger unfolded the letter and began.
Your Majesty, the King of Iran will be arriving next week to visit your kingdom.
The king smiled and looked at his minister.
Make sure the messenger is well looked after. His stay, meals, everything.
In the evening, the king called for his minister to come to the palace. The minister arrived without delay. The king looked at him with a serious expression.
I want the best arrangements for the King of Iran. The royal guest house is ready, but I need you to manage everything. Set it up perfectly for him. The kitchen should be prepared as well. Breakfast and every meal should be exceptional. I don't want any complaints from our royal guest.
The minister returned home, feeling the weight of his duties. His wife made tea and set the table. As they sipped their tea, the minister's face was filled with worry. His wife noticed. Is something wrong? What's troubling you? He sighed deeply.
A messenger arrived today from the King of Iran. He will be here next week. The king has put me in charge of everything for his visit. I'm not sure how to handle it. What if I fail? If the King of Iran is unhappy with anything, our king will be furious with me.
His wife gently took his hand. You have handled hard things before. Just do your best, step by step, and everything will work out. She gave him a warm smile.
Remember, the king trusts you for a reason.
The minister smiled.
Thank you. I feel a little better now.
The next morning, after breakfast, the minister arrived at the palace.
Let's go. Everyone.
The minister said.
We need to organize the royal guest room.
And led them to the guest room.
Please sweep this corner again.
He instructed, pointing to a spot near the door.
It's still not clean enough. We need this to be spotless.
He moved across the room, noticing the dust on the side table.
Dust off this table. Take that lamp. Yes, put it on the side table by the window.
He added. The servants quickly got to work.
Now, place the vase in that corner.
He said, walking to the far side of the room.
It will brighten the space.
A servant spoke up.
Should we move the chair? Sir?
Yes. Move it slightly to the left.
The minister replied.
We need more space here. And make sure the curtains are hanging perfectly. No wrinkles.
As the servants worked, he continued giving guidance. The next morning, the minister went to the royal kitchen. The chefs were already busy preparing food.
Listen up.
He said, his voice firm.
The king of Iran will be here in just 6 days. Tell me, what menu have you planned?
The senior chef stepped forward, holding a clipboard.
For breakfast, we have planned fresh bread, scrambled eggs, yogurt, seasonal fruits, honey, and a selection of cheeses. For lunch, we have a lamb stew with rice, roasted vegetables, and a few side dishes, including a salad and freshly baked rolls. For dinner, we plan to serve roasted meats, mashed potatoes, a vegetable medley, and a rich dessert.
The minister raised an eyebrow.
This is not for just an ordinary guest. I need something extraordinary.
The minister thought for a moment.
For breakfast, add delicate pastries like croissants and fresh juices from exotic fruits. Replace the scrambled eggs with poached eggs and a selection of smoked salmon. For lunch, serve a grilled fish dish. Also, include a light soup to start. For dinner, add a rich starter soup like French onion, followed by roasted meats but not too heavy. A delicate rice pilaf with saffron. And for dessert, fruit tart with whipped cream. along with a rich cheesecake and an almond cake.
The minister added.
The king of Iran deserves nothing less than the best.
The day of the royal visit finally arrived, and the palace buzzed with activity. In the kitchen, chefs worked tirelessly. Meanwhile, the minister entered.
Is everything ready?
He asked.
Yes, Your Majesty.
The senior chef replied. As the king of Iran's arrival was announced, the palace gates swung open. Soon, the king of Iran arrived with his ministers and a great scholar. And they were warmly welcomed by the host king, the minister, and the courtiers. After a brief exchange of pleasantries, the group was escorted to the lavishly decorated dining room. Lunch was served with care. The minister oversaw the service. The king of Iran smiled after tasting the meal.
This is truly excellent,
he said. Afterward, the minister personally escorted him to his royal chamber. The next morning, the king of Iran was seated in the court alongside the host king. They engaged in cordial conversation. When the king of Iran remarked,
I have heard much about your minister's wisdom, and I wanted to see it for myself. He has truly impressed me.
The minister stepped forward, bowing deeply.
It is my honor, Your Majesty.
The scholar of Iran, feeling envious, stepped forward.
Tell me, Minister, will you answer 100 easy questions? Or one difficult question?
The minister confidently replied.
Ask me one difficult question.
The scholar then addressed the host king.
Your Majesty, with your permission, I would like to ask the minister one question. If he can answer that correctly, it will prove his wisdom beyond doubt.
The host king looked at the minister, and then back at the scholar. After a moment's thought, he nodded.
You may proceed.
The court fell silent. Everyone turned to watch the scholar and the minister. They were eager to see what would happen. The scholar asked,
Tell me what came first.
Within a few seconds, the minister replied,
The chicken came first.
The scholar looked at the minister with a smile and said,
The chicken or the egg? I request that you provide proof of your answer.
The minister replied,
My friend, I think you are forgetting that I had to answer only one difficult question. The explanation makes it another question.
The scholar felt embarrassed and quickly sat back in his seat. The king of Iran, impressed by the minister's wisdom, presented him gold. He also gave him valuable gifts in appreciation. Moral: wisdom lies in knowing when to answer and when not to explain further.